Okay, let's open up the room, folks. All right.
Assuming I can find the right button. Hold on.
All right. You're live.
There we go.
all your mistakes are live.
All our mistakes are live. Welcome to
Hey,
my
can
mistakes.
can you guys hear us on stream just fine? Let us know on Twitch. Yes. Yes, we have voice. Well, welcome to a rather lengthy Ember stream. We're going to be going over aspects of the game for newcomers. The whole goal of this is to get people familiar with Ember, to talk about the game, to get some new peeps in here, and to spread the word. And I will adjust my mic volume. There you go. Thank you for pointing that out. Awesome. All right. And Chief Chat is open. I'm going to send out the... So the first thing we do is we let everybody know the stream is live. We're going to do that right now. And of course, it's a big one because we are giving away an ARK LIEGE patch today. ARK LIEGE pack. God, can't pronounce that. Hello, everyone. Chief Chat is live. Get a chance to win an ARK LIEGE. Okay. Awesome. You have a spinning wheel on stream. I'm sorry that you have a spinning wheel on stream. Don't know why that is. Everything seems to be running here. All right, I'm going to basically play our little intro video. No, just kidding. We don't have an intro video. Kind of a long stream. So, welcome everybody. If you are new to Ember, raise your hand. Let me see that. Live now on Twitch and Discord.
What is this Ember thing you speak of? I just accidentally walked in here.
Yeah, right. Twitch TV, Grums_Ember, and also Discord. I should really macro this stuff, shouldn't I? I mean, if I were like elite or something. Okay, and our vanity URL, I believe, for the server is em-8er, right? All right, special treat for you all. I am Neko Grums today, your host, designer, creator, overall chief cook and bottle washer for Ember, upcoming MMO. That's not just about waifu. We are making a pivot that we talked about a couple streams. We're going to be emphasizing the mechs a lot more. We do have waifu. We have fantastic waifu in the game. You can see that the marigold skin is here. But let's go ahead and this is going to be a Q&A session. So the idea is that I've got chat running in obviously Discord, and I've got chat here on Twitch. I've got two screens going, and I'm just going to like fire up the game demo here real quick. And
Is Grums cutting out for anybody else? I'm getting kind of an in and out action. Anyone else?
Yes, actually.
oh no, don't tell me we have bad stream quality today. I'm totally robot voicing.
It seems to be fixed at the moment, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll clear up. All right, so kind of new Grimpax. So what we are building, let me just log in the game. All right. You guys seen this? This is our nanite test terrain in Unreal 5. So we just ported the engine to Unreal 5, and we are in what's called the white box phase. We had a whole zone made beforehand that we used to demo and stream. Are the waifus still up on stream? Let's fix that. Sorry, Marigold. Where is my waifu tab? There we go. You don't mind Marigold in the way? Nobody minds Marigold in the way. All right, so this is about 8 square kilometers. No, sorry. What's 8 times 8? 4 square kilometers of terrain, something crazy like that.
Yep.
So game volume could be cut in half. All right, let's fix everything. Where's the game volume coming in at? All right, I'm just going to fix it in game. So here we go. Okay, that's about half. Is that better? Okay, so you can... Hopefully you can hear me above the jetpacks and stuff. So Em8er is basically... It's a game that I wanted to make... Because I wanted to make a sci-fi MMO, right? And I wanted to make something where you could basically have a mecha fantasy. Everything from like exosuits all the way to Titanfall 2 size stompy mechs. And I wanted players to be able to sort of like have those old Firefall feels. If you remember the other game I did, Firefall, during beta, it was well loved, well received. It was a open world game where you crafted everything. So everything in the world's crafted. Your mecha is crafted, your weapons are crafted, all your upgrades are crafted, and even the bases are crafted. And so when the bases are built, they're built here on the open terrain, and you have to defend them because this world is actually one giant planet with a bunch of zones, and there's 2 major things that happen on this planet. One is that you are either out gathering resources and mining and crafting and building up bases and capturing more zones to unlock more of the planet, or those zones are under attack by the Sihu, which are the sort of like the evil enemy forces that are attacking you. And they are armed with kaiju. So instead of using tanks and planes and things like that, they have giant creatures that attack you. And I kind of wanted that sort of like Attack on Titan style vibe. Now, this is a demo where we have some placeholder art, some white box stuff, because we are doing an art pass. I'm going to show you what some of the new art looks like, the new character art, some of the new Sihu stuff we're doing. And, you know, you've got 2 weapons that you can carry. Right now, we're outfitted with a plasma rifle and a assault rifle, and these can be crafted and switched, and you can specify the loadout of what they are. Now your frames also have high maneuverability. So you can see here I've got jetpacks, and I've got glider wings I can deploy at any time and sort of like glide around the terrain. And don't mind the effects right now, they're just placeholder. Even the mech is placeholder. We have new mech designs that I posted on Twitter that you're going to be seeing pretty soon. And if you're asking how big the world is, it's actually gigantic, because we're not doing... This is big news that not many people know. There aren't shards. There are no servers. There's just one giant planet. And everybody who's in North America is kind of clustered on one side of the planet, and everyone who's in Asia is kind of like clustered on another side of the planet. But you can go cross over and meet if you like. Now, obviously, if you do that, you can expect it to get a little bit laggy. But that is something that you can do. We're always improving the movement. So this is not final movement, and we are building the light and heavy frames thanks to backers and subscribers. But basically, this is a gigantic planet, and there are these handcrafted zones which are around this size, 8 kilometers on the side or a little bit smaller. And then there's procedurally generated terrain between these zones. And then as the game expands, we will add more and more handcrafted zones to fight over on this planet. And the planet is just going to be so large that you really can't like pave every inch of it. That would be near impossible. No, the Europeans are not on the moon. The Europeans are on. They're in the middle of the server, somewhere like that. Oh, there's gonna be big fights about who gets to be in the middle of the map, right? Oh, it's Europe centric. It's Asian centric. All right, so your frame also has abilities, so you can slot abilities in your frames. Here's Overthrust, which is kind of like a afterburner type effect. You can use it for quick escapes. You can also like double tap to dodge left and right, forward and back, limited by your fuel, of course. And the other ability I have slotted here is called Crater, which basically is an AoE type of burst damage effect. Now, which abilities your frame has depends on what you craft. So this is entirely crafting dependent. And the loadout, there are no classes, so you can basically pull from a common pool of craftable abilities and weapons and just load them onto your mech, whether it's a light mech, medium, or heavy. And there are some abilities and weapons that are restricted only to light, only to medium, and only to heavy. And then as you create these build-outs, you can actually name them. So if you're the first one to ever make a build-out, you can actually name that build-out. And then when someone else builds it, they'll say, oh, that's the Hoffenpfeffer build. And everyone will see that and see who was first to create the Hoffenpfeffer build. And so it's kind of like a little vanity perk. So for those of you who like to be first to come up with ways to min-max and ideally, optimize your frames and things like this, or play style, this is your way to put your personal stamp on it. If you probably can't find me in the demo, Florida man, I'm looking at game chat here, because the world is just this zone is vast. So I'm at base alpha. I don't know if you're anywhere near me, but if you're near me, you should see this waypoint base alpha here, and you should be able to reach me right there. All right, so this would be a zone that's currently not under attack, right? So basically this is just a test level. Obviously, there's nothing here right now, but we do have some encounters here. And so you'll go out here and you can scan for resources. And again, this is a crafting heavy game. And then you'll get some indicators here of where resources might be. And then when you find a resource, you can basically call down a mining mech. So if I hit C for call down menu, D for thumper.
Thumper inbound.
Get one of these guys. And he's going to go around and start mining. And this is how we do mining in the game. It's not so much picking up rocks or just on the surface, but it's an encounter that happens. And whenever you trigger a mining encounter, it's going to attract enemy activity. So you're going to get like seafood and stuff attacking you. And these are just temporary blocks that we're dropping down right now. And you got to pick up the resources as he mines and drops them. It's our way of getting you back on the ground, so that you actually have to be an active participant in the resource gathering. And then here are the old Model T2. They're coming right now. And they're going to try to destroy your thumper. And they're going to come in waves. So your job is to defend against that. And we are actually in the middle of completely redoing their art and models. I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. And we're giving them new animations. And then we've got these guys, which are, I call them knee biters. They're like harassing swarming units. And right now, they're only appearing like 5 at a time, and obviously we're using blocks as placeholders. But we actually are going to have swarms of these things. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we're a 100-player multiplayer. So there's other people who can join in right now. You can see that Ait is here with me. We're going to try, and this encounter will scale, so it'll get a little busier. You can also pile on some missiles here for a little missile swarm action. I don't know why that didn't fire. And you can switch between first and third person. There we go. There's some missiles. Missile Circus. So basically everything that I ever wanted in a mecha game, we're putting in. This is meant to be like a mecha fantasy. And obviously, this is a medium-sized frame. There's light ones. They're more like, you know, Iron Man suits and things like that. And then there are heavy frames, which are much bigger, like Titanfall 2 size. We're going to try to clear this counter. We got to make sure that they don't blow up our thumper. Sorry, sometimes I lose mouse control. Because it goes out of window bounds, so I have to like keep it in this sort of like narrow area.
Getting reports that the game is too loud on Twitch.
Okay, I can't do anything about the game volume right now, but I can talk closer to the mic. And we currently have servers up in the US, Europe, and Asia. So that you can watch like these progressive builds, these test builds as we're building a playable mock-up for Kickstarter. And we gather feedback from our users. We're very open. Oh no! We lost our thumper. Okay. And that's the end of the encounter. Unfortunately. Alright, so if you lose your thumper, you lose the resource bonuses that you get. You have what you collected so far, but the longer the encounter goes, the rarer and more valuable and quantity of the resources goes up. And so you take these resources and you can do various things with them. Like I said, you can build your frames, you can build you can build your weapons, your abilities, and you can transform the world by building bases on it. So it's all player-built structures. The entire world is player-built structures. And they're built kind of like RTS bases, right? So you're dropping buildings down, and you can see stuff get built over time. Because this is an MMO, it gets built over time. And then you have to defend those bases from the invading Seaweed. So like I said, this is all like placeholder art right now, and I'm just going to, and if you want to try out this demo for yourself and see, and we release a new demo, about once a month, and as you get these new demos as a backer or a monthly sub, you will get these, you will get access, immediate download access to this, and you can hop on the server at any time. And there is chat, so this is, a global chat system right now. Demonstrated here. How is everyone? And it has emoji support. I don't know if we're one of the few MMOs that have emoji support. All right, so at this point, there's so much to cover here. Sorry, guys. If I'm a little bit meandering, I'm warming up to the stream right now, but I want to cover a lot, and so I'm going to show you a couple things here, especially for the newcomers. This is really kind of like something for people to see for the first time. Yeah. Dumb question: will there be multiple types of resources that are located in specific locations, and will there be a spawn mechanism, or will they be there even if someone just mined them? The way the resources work is it's fully dynamic. The world is run by a concept known as the sort of like director AI, right? And you can think of it as like a dungeon master for the world. And the way resources are spawned are dependent on player activity, and it's never in the same place. So resources are dynamically spawned, and they come from a pool which is dynamically generated. And the more like hazardous the area, the more rarer and riskier the resources are, and the more valuable the resources are that you can collect. And they have different quality values. They range from 1 to 1,000 in quality, and you can refine them, and you use these resources in your builds. And it's not just a matter of, I'll just stick in the highest quality resources and I'll get the best gear. It's more of a balancing act. There's certain stats that are driven by certain resources. Some resources will enhance damage ability. Some resources will enhance, maybe, the spread on your rifle and things like this. And you get to choose which you want to emphasize. But as you emphasize one aspect, you have less room to boost the others. And so what people do is they will take lower quality resources to nerf certain stats to boost ones that they really want. And that's kind of a neat thing. It's a kind of a inspiration from Star Wars Galaxy and the early beta crafting system in Firefall, where you're using resources to selectively nerf some stats to make room to boost others even higher. And you can do this for movement too. Like what we're showing right now is probably the height of, jet fuel that you have right now. We got some little network issues here. All right, I'm going to hop out of the game right now, and I'm going to go over some of the other stuff that we're doing for the game. So let's put up. And by the way, if you just join for free on my.ember.com, you can get on our mailing list. And just for putting in your information and signing up for a free account, you get and unlock the Valkyr skin, which is a pilot skin that you can equip. And this is the pilot skin right now. And you get that just for signing up. And we're trying to, I'm trying to get new people in. I'm trying to sign people up. So go ahead and if you want to participate in the raffle today, because we're giving away a mega pack. We're giving away an ARK LIEGE pack, which is a $1,500 value. And we're going to do that later on stream. If you want to qualify for that, you need an Ember account. So take a moment, sign up for an Ember account on my.ember.com. Mods will post a link. I'll post a link myself. And come join us and join our Discord server, and you'll be able to participate in the raffle. So 2 things to participate in the raffle is you want to definitely sign up for an Ember account so we can credit your pack, and you want to join our Discord server right away. And Jedi has posted the link to the Discord server in Twitch chat. So do that right. Take a moment, do that right now before we go on with the stream, and we all forget about it. We definitely want to be ready for this raffle when it occurs. All right, let me get out of the game here real quick. Okay. Whew, that's a lot less noisy, huh? All right, so at this point, I'm gonna take a couple questions here. Not too many, and save them up. So if I don't get to your question, please ask it again when I call for question time. I don't see everything that scrolls by. And so definitely, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I didn't have time to answer it. But there's going to be lots of Q&A on this stream. This is a big Q&A stream. So again, what we're talking about is the Valkyr skin and how you can get this skin up here. Just for signing up for free on my.ember.com to get on our mailing list. And we'd like to increase our mailing list. We have about 30,000 people on the mailing list. I'd like to see that number dramatically increase. We also have, thanks to you guys, 1,600 subscribers, monthly patron subscribers. And that's just fantastic. So thank you very much for that. That means the heavy frame will be playable. Now, about 100 of those only subscribed for about a month, and then they canceled so I could get the Marigold skin. I totally understand that. That's totally fine. And, I can go ahead and show you. And that's Marigold. That's this month's skin. Signing up's just $1 for the monthly sub, and we're trying to firmly get into 1,500 territories so we can make the heavy Stompy Mech playable in build. Okay, so I'm going to take the questions now. So I'm going to go to Twitch, and I'm going to go to Discord. So Not Moose says, I know the game is mecha-based, but will pilots be able to hop out with their sidearm if they need to go somewhere? Yes. Yeah, you can hop out. This is a concept, I guess, different games call it different things, but, love it or hate it, Star Citizen does some stuff really cool. And one thing that it does is this sort of sense of physicality. So if it makes sense that you can exit your vehicle, you should be able to exit your vehicle, right? So yes, you can exit the mech. I don't think you'd survive very long. But if you'd like to play as more of a character type, then I recommend playing as the light frame. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second here. The light frame is much more character sized than the medium. In the demo we're running around is the medium frame. And that is, hang on, where is, I do have frames, I swear. Oops, that's the heavy. And where's the light? So if you do want to have a more pilot-feeling gameplay aspect of it, something closer to Firefall, that's what the light frame is for. So hopefully that answers your question. Yes, you can exit. You will be squishy unless you're wearing armor. You can wear light armor that makes you feel more like a character. All right, I'm going to Discord for another question here. And nobody says, have you decided how you're going to handle frame destruction and battlefield replacement? The idea is that you can have a garage full of frames, and as long as you have frames, you can call them down with a dropship to your location. And if there is a base nearby, that drop time is going to be shorter, but if the base is farther away, that drop time will be longer. That's another incentive to build more bases and to contribute to build the bases with your resources. Polaris asks, this might be a bit too deep, but is the strategic game AI and systems all in concept, or is someone coding prototypes of it? Is it still work in progress, or is it just an idea? We had some of this running in Firefall, but only a vestigial amount. Right now, so the concept is sort of like, half tested in early prototypes of Firefall. It will be fully implemented for Ember. It's not implemented yet. That's something we will do post Kickstarter that we're going to be talking about at that point. But there will be an AI general directing the Tsihu and Kaiju and stuff. All right, and the invasions. Going back to Twitch, another question here. Raylick says, I am in Australia. Talking about servers and how our physical location corresponds to a specific in-game region, will Australia be pushed into the Asian one, or will we get our own desert-flavored region? Well, there is already a server close to you in Australia, and it's not in Australia, and it's also not too far away. I want to say it's in, not Singapore, but someplace fairly close. So you can test it out yourself. You can connect to the Asiatic server, and you can see how your ping is right now. You will be you'll be clustered into one part of the world map, but you can travel to others. As far as, and players will get a sense of when they're pushing their ping a little too far by traveling too far into other areas. And as far as the biome, it's not necessarily desert themed because you're in Australia. It's just everybody starts off as icy volcanic. That's the default state of Ember. The planet is an icy volcanic clash of contrasts, and then you can sort of like you can contribute resources to the bases and terraformers in the zone, and it will transform up into different biomes depending on what's seeded there. All right, going back to Discord. Will crafting be useful? Not just basic stuff when you have to buy the high-end stuff. Swoosh, the only way to get gear is crafting. So inherently crafting is not just useful, but it's absolutely necessary. Just like Firefall, that's the way you get your gear. You have to make it. And there's actually going to be a lot more variety. There wasn't enough stuff to make in Firefall. I think that was one big problem. All right, so hold your questions for now. I'm going to talk a little bit about the different frames that you can pilot. And I want to get some news out there before I forget. One is, if you are watching us on Twitch right now, be sure that you follow us so you know when we go live on Twitch. That's very important. And also definitely join our Discord, because we're having a raffle later today for a $1,500 ARK LIEGE pack. So those are the reminders, and I have some other reminders. So basically, I can't forget about this, or you guys will be mad. We have, obviously, you guys have heard a lot about the waifu in the game, right? So we do have waifu in the game, and we are these skins that come out for the waifu. They're available for limited time. Monthly patrons can get them for like $7.95 or $1 if they join, and they get the Peerless grade, and you get the skins for the months that you are a subscriber, and you can see them in your inventory system in your account page on my.ember.com. We're doing but if you miss a skin, it will reappear eventually for a limited time in the general store section of the website. And that will be at full price. So it won't be $7.95, and they're $34.95 for the full Peerless grade. Now, Peerless grade is more than just coloration of the skin. You get to actually pick mesh variants on it. So I wanted to let people know, because the bunny skin is back, and it's available only to Sunday. And we did a little video to showcase it. It actually comes with emotes. It comes with unique emotes, including the bunny rock emote, which I'm about to show you, and the guitar that it comes with, and also the happy hour emote, which is kind of a drink serve emote, which I don't think I have queued up in Twitch right now. But I'll go ahead and play the Bunny Rock one now. Okay. Oh no. No, everything's gone crazy. So this is, I'll reiterate what this is. What you're seeing here is the actual new pilot model that we have in running in engine. This is running in Unreal 5. This is a cinematics render out of Unreal 5. This is not. This is like all settings set to Epic and things like that. And but this is the new game character. So I told you we're doing an art revamp for the game. This is the new female pilot, and then we have the new male pilot as well. So this skin is only available through Sunday, and as part of an incentive and the thank you for those of you being on stream right now, the skins and the general store, the bunny is 25% off. Not only that, all packs and upgrades right now that are available for M3 and Newcomer are also 25% off for the duration of this stream. So I just got to get that out there, let you people know about it. And this skin is only available through Sunday, and the discount goes away when the stream ends. And it's going to be not that long of a stream. So this is the bunny suit that we are doing. The other thing that we're doing as a promotion is for the monthly subs, which is $1 sub. And you can get Marigold for the $1 sub. And let me see. Where did I put? And CSR is our waifu concept artist. Cute Sexy Robots on Twitter. It's a not safe for work account, so be careful if you're going to check that out. And let me see. CSR did another. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, there we go. So we have new art for Marigold because we're about to send her off to 3D modeling. So we have the back view rendered. So it's kind of a Halloween theme. So we got a Halloween theme going on for Marigold. And Marigold's just $1 right now. This is your chance to get Marigold for $1 and get access to our builds for the game that you can try yourself on our servers. And then afterwards, Marigold will eventually, at some point, reappear in the general store, but she'll be full price for the Peerless version, which is $34.95. So this is really a great deal. You get it for $1. It helps us get our subscription numbers higher so we can build more stuff for the playable mockup and the game. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And this deal is only going to last till Tuesday, and then we're getting a new skin, a non-waifu, yet Halloween-themed skin next Tuesday, and the $1 subs will be gone. It'll go back up to $7.95 intro price. So if you want to take advantage of that and grab Marigold, you'll also get Tuesday's skin because for $1 you get 30 days of subscription. You get both Marigold and the skin that's coming out on Tuesday. If you act now, isn't that what they say? And then we throw in free Ginsu knives or something. Okay. And like I said, okay. So I'm glad you asked that question, Stick. You said 35 for a skin is far too much. Well, you know what? If we were a AAA game like Valorant, I would agree, where they charge you $30 for blue. Okay, if you want the complete blue set. But let me walk you through the skin customization system. And then maybe, Sticks, you will agree with me that we are offering some banging value here. Okay? So, first of all, every skin that you see here, unless it's marked unique, which you get with backer packs, is something that you can get in-game. You can grind for it in-game. You can craft the skin in-game. And for certain windows of time, Like this would be a Halloween themed one, for example. So Halloween comes around on the server, you can grind for skin. That will get you access to what's called the core grade of skin. So let me see if I have the rarities here, if I just have to talk about it. All right. So there's different rarities of skin. There are common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and unique. Unique is what I said. They're exclusive one time, and you tend to only see those in the newcomer packs, like we've got G Suite version 2 and the Founder dropships. Those are unique. They're never offered again. It's only for that funding round. We do funding in different rounds. But the Marigold skin, for example, is an epic skin. It's available twice per year. So that means that you would be able to either grind for it in-game twice a year, or you'd be able to purchase it in store for 2 times a year. And when you do this, you get a peerless grade skin if you're purchasing it in store or if you're purchasing it via subscription. So what does that mean? So the first variant of skin that you can unlock in the game through crafting is called the core grade. And the core grade is a single color, and it's also upgradable. You can upgrade it in 2 ways. Either you can grind for resources in game, add it to the suit, and upgrade it to the next level of customization, or this is what you get. And this is what most games sell. This is what Valorant is going to charge you $25 for just one aspect of it. And then if you want the weapon, it's another $15 or whatever. If you want everything one color, you're going to end up paying close to $80, okay, for one color. We're saying that for $34.95, you're getting a lot more than that. You're getting more than a single color. And if you want a single color, you can just grab it in game. And you can also upgrade it in game. All right, so after that comes the Artisan variant. And the Artisan variant lets you change the colors of the suit in different zones, right? So you can sit here and change all the different designs. Now, that's something that games would charge you dyes for or other things like that. We don't really do that. You can go ahead and craft the next customization grade of your skin in game, and you can do this. Then the final version is the Peerless grade, where you actually get mesh variants. So not only do you get the skin, you can get different boot variants for this. This is the G version 1 G suit, by the way, what the M3 backers got. So they get foot variations, and there's belt variations, and then there's shoulder pad variations. So I think you can see that we're actually a lot cheaper than equivalent what other games charge you for skins. And we give you a lot more customization flexibility, and you can do this all in game. You don't have to go to the general store. You can go ahead and unlock the core version of the skin. You can upgrade it to Artisan, and you can upgrade it all the way to Peerless variant. And you also get shader options. So with the Peerless version, you get a bunch of shader options. So I hope that answers your. It wasn't really a question. I guess it was a challenge to justify our pricing. But Stykyt, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, Stykyt. I hope that answers your questions a little bit about it. And of course, today it's 25% off. Where it's 25% off everything that we're running today, just for the duration of the stream. Okay. So I was going to get back to talking about the frame variants. Has there ever been a unique skin, Brandsburg? Yes. If you get a newcomer pack, you get the version 2 G suit and the Founder's dropship, and those are unique. Anything that's in a funding round pack is a unique skin, but that's the only time that there are uniques. The ones in the subscription will appear in game. All right, so so much to talk about. While we're on the subject of skins, I guess we can go through. So obviously we have waifus, but not everyone has seen. Wait, let's turn. I have so many folders in here because there's so much I want to show you guys. All right, and let's go ahead. We have husbandos too. So this is the male variant of the Gatestrider Security Force skin. concept art that subscribers were able to pick up as a skin for on the cheap. We have a different variety. Here's a more techie variety. And we have the Archduke, which is Giga's favorite. It's got to be one of mine, too. The Archduke skin is pretty cool. And this was part of the subscription program, and he'll come back in the general store at some point. And, of course, you have Pex, which is the male variant of Abby. And because everyone loves the waifus, I'll go ahead and bring those up again. And I'll just quickly run through them because I want to focus on other stuff. But I just will go through this really quickly. All right, so Marigold is this month's skin. And I'm just going to briefly go through all the skins we have. And this is an OPAI. This is a little different. So every frame has a OPAI co-pilot neural assist type of thing that you bond with. And as you can have multiple OPAIs, husbandos, waifus, and as you get to know them more, as you use them more in mining or in whatever you're doing, combat or everything else, you will form a stronger neural bond with your OPAI, and that will let you effectively pilot your mechs a little better. It'll be like a buff system. So that's more than a skin. And this is, of course, Neko, right? And some people ask us, well, how close can you get to the concept art? And so, we had to prove that we could get close to CSR's concept art. So, of course, we did the full 3D outfit as a test, and we did in Unreal. This is running in real time in Unreal 5, by the way. Now, don't expect this resolution of textures in-game. It would be wasteful to do that, and we definitely want to make sure we run lower-end systems. But if you're in picture mode or character create mode, there's no reason why we can't bump up the resolution of the textures to 4K like they are now, so you can see this if you want to take pictures or if you want to just have a higher fidelity experience in the character creation screen. All right. So real quick, that was the Neko. This is Lucretia. There are sky pirates in Ember, by the way. So this is Lucretia. She's one of the captains, one of the sky pirate captains. This is Carmen, kaiju researcher, and she's actually going to be pretty prominent. You're going to see more about Carmen very, very soon because she's actually part of the story. A lot of these characters are actually part of the story. There's actually an Ember novel that I've been writing, and you can access chapters of that with the monthly patron program as well. There's the Anti-Kaiju Training Academy. People requested kind of like a schoolgirl theme thing, so this is our take on it. The Valkyr is what you get for free if you sign up just by creating an account. The Bunny. And of course the Bunny is the skin that is was available to subscribers and is in the general store right now at 25% off. And that's only lasts during the stream. And then on Sunday, she goes back into the vault. So you won't see the skin again. This is the first. So again, talking about the value of the skins, not only do you get mesh variants, there's 3 tail variants, two ear variants, 3 necktie variants, meshes on her. But she also comes with emotes. So what you're getting is much more than just a skin, much more than a single color. You're getting endless variations, and you're getting 2 emotes. You're getting the Happy Hour emote, and you're getting the Bunny Rock emote, which I showed earlier, but I'll just play again. All right, so that was Bunny Girl, and then there's a whole bunch here. Oh, you get a mount for this one. So sometimes for Peerless Grade, there's a mount included, and that's 30. That if that appears in the general store, it would be $34.95. I think that's banging value right there. This is Darla. She's also in the story. That's Abby, the female version of Pex. This is our nod to the Firefall engineer, for those of you who came for Firefall Fields. This is another OPAI. And this is the first CSR skin we ever did. All right, so those are the waifus. If you want waifu skins and weapon skins and mech skins and things like this and mounts, definitely sign up for the best way to do it is to sign up for the monthly patron program. We are trying to increase our monthly patrons. We have hit 1,600 right now. We'd like to go more. So thank you very much in advance for that. All right, so on Ember, I told you that you craft everything. One thing that we haven't talked too much about is that you can craft bases. And the bases in Ember are like RTS bases. You actually spawn in buildings and you drop them on terrain, and then you can tech up the buildings. Just like how you can upgrade buildings in a RTS game, you can contribute. People can contribute resources. So this is a MMO. Many people can contribute resources at the same time, and you're kind of voting with your resources. Like, which part of the base do you want to improve first? Maybe people want to improve defenses first, so they want to invest into the turret system, right? So the more resources that people dump into the turret system, if that's getting the most resources, that's going to be upgraded faster than other aspects of the bases. There's different benefits to the buildings that are described in our vision book. We have a vision book that's available to download to all backers that talks about how different bases give you different benefits. There's research facilities if you'd like to research your crafting recipes faster. There are scanning facilities if you want to increase the quality and reduce the RNG of your scans to get the resources more relevant to what you're trying to craft. You can invest in the resource and scanning abilities of a base. And again, this is all player voting. Players sort of vote with their resources, and the more resources they put into a particular base and a particular building of that base, the more that building gets upgraded, and the more sort of like group unlocks. It unlocks for everybody. So it's a benefit to everybody in the game to be contributing resources. We want everybody to have this sort of communal feeling of fighting the Tsihu together, which are the enemy kaiju invaders, and they do that by collectively gathering and donating resources to bases. All right, so this is a good time to take a couple of questions. I see a bunch of questions about bases, and we haven't talked about them very much. By the way, this is very early concept art for the bases. I'm not quite sure we're going to keep this look, but I just wanted to put something on the screen as we talk about it. Some people actually haven't seen the base art stuff that we did a long time ago. All right, I'm going to bounce back and forth between Twitch and Discord for questions about bases and base themes. Does every base have a player hub? Yes, every base will have some kind of like main building player hub type area where you can meet and socialize and things like that. Let's see. Will there be NPCs in the newly built bases who will actively fight against the enemies and defend the base or give out objectives? They won't fight. There will be NPCs in there. You guys have to do all the fighting. So I want the focus to be squarely on the players doing the defense. Can we personalize our base hubs? It's not a player area, Menko. But you can donate resources to sort of like increase the tax of any building and the benefits it gives. But that benefits everybody. Now, it does track who the top 10 donors to a certain base is. And there could be many bases in Ember, right? So if you are a top 10 donor to a base, then you get to hang a banner off the side. That's actually one of the perks with a custom symbol to display, like this base, the top 10 donors belong to these 10 people or 10 groups, right? And so in that sense, you can sort of personalize the area. But this isn't player housing or anything like that. This is purely like, group bases. You can think of it as sort of like city building. So this is like city building in Ember. All right, Draco asks, if you vote with your resources, won't players with more hours and a lot of resources exercise more influence? Will new players trying to do something more specific have to go base to base until they find one that focuses on what they're trying to do? Yeah, I guess they would have more influence, but remember, it'll max out and you benefit. The more resources, for example, if there's a base and people dump a bunch of resources because they've been playing a long time, right? So maybe they've got a lot of resources lying around and they put them all into scanning. Well, you get the benefits of that. Because that base has exceptional scanning, you, when you go out and mine for resources, are going to get better resources from that. And because that building is likely maxed, you can contribute. You still have an effect contributing to another building to raise that up too, and you can eventually tech up the entire base. So I don't think it's a negative per se, or at least not as much of a negative as you might be worried about. Will bases have guild-themed customization? There's no guild support right now. That's the first update planned after launch of Ember. Is guilds are very important, and so there will be something for guilds, but we haven't decided what it is yet. It'll probably be related to bases. Brandsburg asks, will there be some sort of defense of the bases, give an idea of the bases are being protected, and occasionally we see them in action? The turrets are automated. A lot of the turrets are automated. There will be automated defenses. We're just not going to render like hundreds of mechs running around that aren't players. That's you guys. You guys are the infantry here. So, and more than infantry, because later on we plan to add vehicles. This is a planet-side type of thing. There will actually be vehicles that you can spawn during invasions that you can pilot. But that's an update after lunch. All right, back to Discord. Let's see. Yeah, if you see common grade skins, that's a visual bug. Nothing should be common. Everything in a subscription program is rare or above. Are the bases... Oh, sorry.
That reminds me. Can we get confirmation on exactly what level and rarity the is it the bunny skin? I believe the people have been asking about recently.
The bunny should be epic twice a year.
Epic twice a year. And Faye, was there any other question on that, or was that it?
I think that was it, because there were some places that I think it says rare instead of epic, so people were confused.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
okay. We'll take a look at that. We'll make sure that it's flagged correctly.
Awesome.
Em8er asks, wait, so are bases like hometowns, or are they player-made? They are player-made. So basically there are areas of zones designated for base building, and then players can go res bases there. You can initiate the construction, and then other players can donate resources to hasten the construction of that building. And you build the base up building by building. You can also lose bases, because remember, there's a dynamic war front in this game. So the kaiju are attacking, the Tsihu are bringing out their war beasts, and they're smashing through your bases, and they will destroy them. And you'll have to rebuild them up if you do not adequately defend them. When you lose a base, you lose all the benefits that people have been building up in that base. So if let's say they're the improved scanning, the science stuff, the spawn rate stuff, there's different buildings for different purposes, just like an RTS, and you would lose the benefits of that collectively and in the immediate vicinity. Some benefits are, trickle up to all bases and donate to the overall tech level of the world. We should talk about tech level. And other benefits are local to that base, like enhanced scanning, for example, would only be in the region around the base. So if a base is destroyed, you lose those things, and your world tech tier goes down. Crafting in Ember is not by level; it's arranged into tech tiers. There's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 base technologies, and each of those things require the world to be at that tech state. So you cannot craft a tech 4 piece of gear if players have let the world decay back to one zone and everyone's at tech tier 1. If you're back at tech tier 1 is the only thing you can craft. Now, if you have previously crafted tech 4, tech 3, tech 2 gear, you still have that. We don't take stuff out of your inventory, but it'll eventually be damaged over time, and while there's no permanent damage, you won't be able to repair it fully to its full stats if the world tier is too low for that gear. So that creates a worldwide player incentive to push the world to higher world tech tiers and to maintain it and to defend the bases. Because if you let the bases fall and the zones revert back to the Tsihu, who are going to start taking it over and building their own bases, then you are going to lose tech tier in the game, and you can't craft the highest level stuff in the game anymore. And so I think this creates a nice sort of group incentive for everybody to go out and do that. Raylik asks, what sort of player scale is deploying a base? Does deploying a base require a large undertaking or a boss fight or something? It depends. you can have a small scale invasion or you can have a very large scale invasion. That determines sort of like the size of kaiju that spawn. There's different categories of kaiju. Yes, just like Pacific Rim. And you could get like a category 4 spawning in there if it's a big base and a big event, in which case you're going to need 100 players or so to take it down. So these things are really big. I mean, we want to fulfill the mecha fantasy and we want to fulfill the kaiju fantasy, right? So let's talk a little bit about that, and then we'll come back to base questions a little later. So in Em8er, you know, the idea is that it's an idea of contrast. The players are very mechanized. The players have mecha. The players have a ton of different mecha. The players have access to, eventually, after launch, vehicles during invasions that they can pilot. And in contrast to that are the opposing force that's trying to take over the world in opposition to the players, which are the Tihu. And they are more, I'll go ahead and pull up video. They are more shamanistic, right? Their technology is based off these power crystals of their homeworld that they've harnessed and the beasts of their homeworld. They evolved on a planet with giant kaiju, and they learned how to tame and take over these creatures. And this is obviously not textured. This is our art pass. You saw the early guys in the demo I was running earlier of Em8er, and this is what's coming. This is what we're currently working on their animation system for. We have a bunch of animations for them done already. We got the model, obviously. I'm not going to texture anything until I have everything in the game, and then we start to dial in on a color palette and lighting. But you're up against these guys, and the idea is that it's a contrast of you versus something that's using non-mechanical means to fight you. So they're instead of aircraft, they have flying kaiju. And instead of tanks, they have, tank-like kaiju. There's analogs for all this stuff. All the way up to, well, let's talk about it. Godzilla-sized mechs, right? Godzilla-sized kaiju. And you're going to have to take those on. And, it's going to take, like I said, about 100 people in mechs to sort of like take down one of these things. And of the kaiju, they're arranged in different categories, which are different sizes, and the invasions will be in different sizes. So at the top of it are the kaiju sort of bosses, which we call the kaiju primes. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like here. And Crotus is a kaiju prime. You guys ready for this? All right, here we go. Wait, why are the bases overlaid? So this is Crotus. Crotus is... And the idea is that if these things appear, you're part of the what's going on. So I'm going to start engaging through the whole thing. This is another thing. And we actually have Crotus. Okay, so that was a Kaiju Prime. That's Crotus. So we showed you some of the frames, we showed you the mechs, we showed you the bases, and we showed you what's going to be destroying your bases, which are these Kaiju. And like I said, you don't always get a Kaiju Prime, right? You're going to get a different grade of invasion, and depending on the level of invasion, different resources will be allocated to fight it. So in some invasions, it could only be light frames only. In other invasions, it could be light and medium. And other invasions are so severe, they have to do light, medium, and heavy. And some of them are even bigger post-launch that we start to deploy the vehicles, right? So that was an example of the kaiju, which is the other pillar of the game. The pillars of the game are the mechs, the kaiju, and the husbandos and waifus, right? Those are the three sort of pillars of Em8er. Now, I'm going to show you guys something first time on stream. You guys have not seen this before. You guys know we're doing an ARK pass. So I'm going to show you something that we did. And before I do that, I got to do the regular plug. During stream, all newcomer packs, all M3 upgrades, and even the bunny suit, which is out of the vault on Sunday. It goes away on Sunday. This is your last chance to get the bunny suit. Are 25% off right now for the duration of the stream. And so if you want to take advantage of that, now is the time. And my plug is over. And except for Marigold, the $1 sub lasts until Tuesday. So let's get back to the kaiju. So we did something to Crotus. We wanted to sort of like, if you look at the Sihu, you can sort of like get visual cues of their technology that we didn't really have when we were first doing Crotus, right? Like we didn't have the concept of the Sihu and how they're sort of like powered by crystals and things like this. And so we went back and we said, we need to integrate some of this so that people know that Crotus is related to the Sihu and that the Sihu have enslaved Crotus and used him as a war machine. So we took, the design of Crotus, which I'll play again real briefly here. All right, so we took Crotus and we gave him an upgrade. We made him more Sihu-like. We put Sihu-like technology on him. We rethemed him. And this is the first time we've ever shown the Crotus redesign with all his armor bits.
He's like shiny and golden now?
Yep.
What?
He's God tier. Stage 2 Crotus. This isn't even his final form. No, this is his final form. This is him.
It looks like some very fancy resources can be taken off this beastie.
Yes. In a sort of like Monster Hunter, nod to Monster Hunter, when you hunt kaiju, you collect resources unique to that kaiju that you use in your crafting recipes. And remember that we have these sort of like warp gates open on Em8er where the Sihu come out. Some of those warp gates you will actually be able to enter for the specific purpose of hunting particular kaiju that you are after. And this is the sort of like the Monster Hunter-esque aspect of it. All right. So, yeah, very astute, Ronin. There's lots of luscious crystals, some crystitian things maybe that you can harvest off of these things when you defeat them. And
See, this is backwards. We're going to look at Crotus and our mouths are going to water.
Okay, so this is probably a good time for some more questions here. So I'm going to look at Twitch first and then Discord, and I'm going to hop back and forth. We're talking about the kaiju. There's different categories of them. These things are so big you can stand on them. Will there be fast travel between the bases available and a direction to funnel players towards so people don't feel confused where to go, unlike in PlanetSide 2? Yes, because we play more like an MMO than PlanetSide 2, where you're just trying to figure out what battle you should be in. Here, it's sort of like, well, you have two things you can do. You can either go out in a peaceful zone that's not under invasion and go craft, and you can sort of like use that time to find your grounding. Or you can go and hop into an invasion hotspot that you see on the map and help defend something. And as far as fast travel, there's no teleport currently planned, but there is flying vehicles. There's drop ships, right? So you can take drop ships between bases and actually we're doing something with the dropships too. We haven't talked about this too much, but it relates to space trucking, right? I'll talk about that in a little bit. We're talking about kaiju right now. I haven't played the latest update to PlanetSide 2, so I don't know about the spawn pods. But you would spawn back at the nearest base. Does Crotus have a waifu kaiju? Do not loot the kaiju. That's our rule. Well, I guess that's our rule. You can loot the kaiju. Just, we won't loot the kaiju. It was looted. Crotus actually got looted by one of our artists. All right, so Kaiju Slayer Cheesy asks, will you be able to latch onto the Kaiju Primes as operator light frames to pinpoint specific areas of damage as a way to defeat them? Taking out shield generators, disabling weapon systems? That's a good question. I don't know, because there are weak points on this Kaiju. There are shield generators on Kaiju. You can't take down a Kaiju without first taking down the sort of like key things that the Tsihu have added to Crotus or other Kaiju, including shield generators. And so that's an interesting idea. Chizzy's asking if there's a role for certain frames operators to be able to like pinpoint weak points or, be able to direct fire, that type of thing. That's an interesting idea. I don't know. It's a little too early to talk about that, but I like that idea. It's worth exploring. All right, more kaiju questions. Nobody asked if we run out of frame replacements, are we just going to run around as a pilot, or is the frame of shame available? I like that idea. There should totally be this janky, beat-up frame that you always have. And everybody knows you're down to your last frame. All right, it's done. Frame of shame. Watch, and then somebody will just master the frame of shame and just be utterly epic in it.
The frame of shame. I love it.
I love it too. That's awesome. Wow, nobody has questions about the kaiju or the Monster Hunter aspects. That's interesting. We haven't talked too much about them.
One question I did see, it was the core question, is do we think our internet, our basically, can we handle a giant kaiju stomping through everything, 100 players actually fighting it? Like, will the Ember system be able to take that?
Yeah, because we don't have the same networking model as Firefall. Firefall, as you know, during the Firefall invasions got very sluggish. So we actually have a different system. I don't want to talk too much about it because people make assumptions about your network code that may or may not be valid. But I'll just say that we've already arranged things so that networking runs much more efficiently for Ember. Of course, there's some caveats to that, and we'll discuss those at some future time. But what you're playing right now with is able to handle 100 players. And when we add a kaiju in, remember that Crotus is just one unit, right? He's a big unit, and therefore we can afford to spend a lot more resources rendering him. But he doesn't take up any more network traffic than a player does, right? So from a networking perspective, adding a giant creature in there is no more difficult than adding a fairly complicated player. I can see that this chat has been hijacked by the frame of shame. Wait, whilst fighting kaiju, oh, thank you, ProU. A kaiju question. And also Mako, can I wear the giant kaiju skin, fangs, etc. as trophies? I think you should have some aspect of it that you can. I think that would be cool, Mako. I don't know how yet, but I like that idea. ProU asks, while fighting kaiju, is there going to be lesser mobs as well, or just the main kaiju? Oh, the kaiju don't come alone. The kaiju come with an entire invading force of Tsihu, their Tsihu masters, and the other weapons of war, the other kaiju, smaller kaiju that surround him. And Crotus actually... Oh, well, I don't want to say that. Okay. Can a Reaper steal and use some kaiju technologies? Good question, Gamma. The idea is that there are certain technologies used in the control of kaiju that you can, and resources and systems that you can use in your crafting recipes. So there will be valuable stuff that you can claim off of it. As far as flavor of technology, yeah, there'll be a little bit of Tihu crossover. So if you see something that Tihu can sort of do, then there's probably going to be some way to craft something along those lines. Bert Gang asks, you said that we will be able to go through portals to hunt kaiju. And by the way, stick around, folks. We are doing that $1,500 ARK LIEGE raffle at the towards the tail end of the stream here. And normally the stream ends at about 1 p.m. So just to let you guys know. But we might do some raffles in the meantime, too. So Bert Gang asked, will you be able to go through portals to hunt kaiju? Will there be anything like the melding keeping us out of boundaries, or are there closer instances? There is the concept of a terraforming bubble, right? So it's not so much the melding, but there is an area that is optimal to operate mechs and machinery and things like that. And there's a little bit of a force field around every terraforming zone. And if you go beyond that force field, you can, but only for brief periods of time. You know, someone brought up Lost Planet earlier. Yeah, things start to get really cold, you know, frames start to seize up, that type of thing. So in that sense, there is kind of like a wall, like the melting bubble, but in our version, it's a terraforming force field. All right, going to Twitch for some questions. Will the kaiju be able to eat people as a kill animation? Oh, we have to do that. Yeah, remember that our job is to deliver the fantasy, right? We have to deliver a really good mecha fantasy, and we have to deliver a really good kaiju fantasy. And kaiju picking up individual units and swallowing them whole, I mean, that's just kaiju territory. We have to do something like that. All right, and much more than that. Like we'll be mining the kaiju tropes for the cool stuff that kaiju do, and make sure that we're invoking the fantasy of that in the game. When a kaiju goes down, will everyone get something out of it? Yes, everyone who participates in the battle against the kaiju will be credited with some of the unique stuff that they drop. Resources. Remember, everything's crafted, right? So it'll probably be tech or resources that you can use. Please ban me. Ask any reason to go beyond the bubble. Is there risk reward stuff? Yeah, I don't know what it is yet. Please ban me. But let me tell you that having played an old MMO called Earth and Beyond, when I went beyond safe space into the creepy, spooky, haunted space that you're not supposed to go into, I spent hours in there looking for something to do, something to find, something to discover, and there was nothing there. Great disappointment. So yeah, I think that if you go past the terraforming bubble, there's something there. I don't know what it is. It could just be discovery. But there will be something that happens, because I personally hate it when a game puts an area like that and there's just absolutely nothing beyond it. There's no reason to go there. There's no reward for even having tried and died. You know, at the very least, there's got to be an achievement, but there'll be more, because and remember, we have a planned after launch a dynamic system where events spawn around you. My hope is that we can come up with some creative events that are cool for when you're beyond the melding bubble for the short period of time that you can survive there. Oh, not melding bubble, terraforming a bubble. Terraforming. I didn't say melding. That wasn't me. Will the next month's skin be revealed soon? It'll be revealed next week. Tuesday is when it drops. It'll be Halloween themed and non-waifu themed. Not a waifu. Okay, back to Discord. Would everyone be fighting the kaiju crime get drops? No, everyone gets drops. Depending on your rate of contribution, we'll calculate your contribution and the reward. Sort of like how fates work in Final Fantasy, if you guys have played that. Will you be able to capture the kaiju and keep it as a pet? No, but there are mini pets. There are mini versions of kaiju. I think there is one in one backer pack. I don't know which one it is. If we haven't done it yet, we should. Will the kaiju primes prioritize attacking heavy mechs that serve as tanks? Heavy mechs are nowhere near as big as him, but I think he's going to prioritize whatever makes sense. I don't think that the heavies will be able to draw all the aggro all the time. Will the kaiju still exist in the world until we defeat him? He's going to keep going. He's going to take down base after base after base. And if you don't stop him, you're going to lose enough bases that you'll lose the zone, and maybe the next zone after that, and the next zone after that. And if you do, your world tier will drop and your ability to craft max tier gear will fall. You can actually lose all the territory. You can be beat back to the main landing zone. And then there's home, which you never lose, which is the space station in orbit around Ember. Polaris asks, so in the Monster Hunter, what part are you including? The multi-part boss where you have to execute strategy to get through weaknesses stage, or the timing and tells and high twitch gameplay? Can you tell which part I don't want to gate strategic progression? No, I actually can't tell which part you don't like about that. But I can say that, the boss fights are meant to be... Well, it depends on the boss. Something like Crotus, the Kaiju Prime, it's going to be more about a staged, layered way of taking him down. Multiple points that you have to attack and take out in a loose sort of sequence in order to bring him down. And so he's like a level. The way to think about how a Kaiju Prime would be designed is sort of like a entire level that you can play on and around and against. The smaller Kaiju, the idea is to give them special abilities and tells, because we are very twitchy, we are very action oriented, that you can react against in real-time gameplay. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Beyond that, I don't know because we haven't done it yet. But that's the general idea. What do you think of players combine? So this is Chaz. What do you think of players combining abilities with other frames to take down Kaiju, like Mass Stun? I love that. I mean, I love group abilities. I love stuff. Chrono Trigger's best game, right? And I would love to be able to think about stuff like that. The joke is, will we have combining mecha? And will we have 5 players be able to form a giant mecha? And I always joke back that if we did that, we would make it control like QWOP does. Do you guys remember KWOP? So everybody, the guys in the feet, they control 1 foot each. And people in the leg control 1 leg each. People in the arms control 1 arm each. And everyone's got to work together to coordinate walking. That's my joke. That's my way of not answering your question. But and I think we should do it as a Twitch thing. So we do it as a Twitch thing. So 5 mecha combine, and then Twitch votes on how the limbs move, right? And so it's like Twitch plays QWOP basically on a massive mecha scale. I think that'd be a great marketing ploy if it didn't take ages to code up. It would take far too many resources to make. But I think that would be funny. All right. So there's a bunch of questions here. Please hold the questions. I want to actually reward people who've been here so far on stream with some dollar packs, Ronan, Maven dollar packs. We still have about 60 of those. I'd like to do 3 of those rapid fire and just get people used to how the raffles work, so that when we do the big one today for the ARK LIEGE, that everyone's ready for that.
All right, guys, we're about to do some raffles. Now, there might be some people here who don't know how the raffles work. So let's go ahead and run through that test first. Let's just get that out of the way. Then we'll talk about what we're actually raffling. So, Faye, we're going to do a test raffle here, so prep for that. Now, guys, what you're going to see is you're going to see a sentence from Faye, our community coordinator. You see her up there with the purple name. Underneath that, you'll see a sentence from the Ember bot. And underneath that, you'll see an emoji. It's a notepad with a pencil on it. You will click on that emoji, and that will put you in the running for the raffle. Thank you, Faye. And it's that simple. Now, of course, you do have to be over here in the Discord to do it. So if right now you are over on Twitch, you got to get over here to the Discord to actually get involved in the raffle. So we're going to try to go relatively slow here in the startup, so everybody over there has a chance to jump on over to this. That's right, comrade. Just push on the emoji. Just click it. It's very easy. Very easy. Nightmare. All you have to do is click on the notepad. You'll see it. It's going to pop up here in just a minute. Now, this first thing here is just a test. We're going to do the test raffle to make sure people know how it works. So, Faye, when you're ready, go ahead with the test raffle. Let's give that a shot, and then we will. Hopefully, the people who are going to join have joined, and if not, we'll do another one. Oh, we got another person just jumped in. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Twitch people, get on over here.
So yes, Nightmare, you just react to the pencil emoji. It's a notebook paper with a pencil, and it'll be under the EmberBot's statement that I post.
All right. Remember, folks, test raffle beginning in just a moment. Faye, when you're ready, go right away.
All right, everybody get ready. Get a click. On your mark. Get set. Click. No,
And
that's the
folks,
wrong emoji, ban.
and folks, please remember, do not post during the raffle because we need it to stay here. And if it scrolls away out of the chat, people will be sad because they will have missed out. Once again, this is a test raffle, and please do not post until it is done.
Only under EmberBot. Luigi's not gifting anything today that I know of. 125. Come on, guys. Let's go. 127, 28. Manny C, congratulations. A new Reaper. You get my thanks.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to check again to see if we got any new people in the last 3 minutes. Let's see. Still more people coming in here. All right, we're going to do the first dollar raffle. We're going to give about 30 seconds in between each one on the following two. So please, folks, if you're not here yet, get on over, get ready to click that thing, and hope that you're lucky. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't explained what a dollar pack is. So,
Ooh.
okay. So, a long time ago, back in the earlier days of Ember, we did something called Milestone 3. Now, Milestone 3 was a fundraiser for Ember. And so, as usual, it was on Indiegogo. It's Kickstarter type of thing where you put some things out there, and if we hit the goal, then we're able to do it. So we started adding some stretch goals, and you guys started to crush them. And we had this idea that we would add a bunch of stretch goals, things that people would get if they put in even just $1 into the campaign. Just even $1, you'd get all kind of stuff. Well, that kept growing. Right, all the stretch goals kept getting bigger. So we're like, if they do another this much, we'll add this stretch goal. If they do another this much, we'll add this stretch goal. And you guys were killing it. The community was just coming through, and it went just basically way out of hand in a very good way. So there's a lot of prizes you get for that $1. Well, here's the bad news: you can't get that anymore. Milestone 3 is long gone. It is closed. It is down. But luckily, one of our awesome community members, Maven, he got a ton of these dollar packs that we could give out. Well, even right now. So that's what we're about to give out. And Faye's going to go ahead and put she's going to put the graphic of all the different stuff that comes with it when she posts the first raffle. So Faye, when you're ready, take it away.
All right. Are y'all ready to see this graphic and do this raffle? I'm going to give the one who just arrived about 10 more seconds to get in here. Hurry. All right. On your marks. Get set. Click.
And
Now,
yes, please remember, do not post while this is up.
only the one with the pencil on it counts. Everybody else is trolling you. Luigi, are you giving away stuff today? Congratulations, Jay Diaz.
Awesome. Remember, folks, only about 30 seconds until the next one. So keep ready. Keep yourself ready.
I will grab and post the image again. All right. On your mark. Get set. Click. Only the pencil emoji under EmberBot counts, remember. Hey, DM, seize the day. You have won a $1 club pack. Congratulations.
All right, last one for this run coming up soon. Prepare thyself.
Somebody caught what I said. All right. Is everybody ready? This is the last M3 $1 club pack for now. On your mark. Get set. Click. Remember, only the pencil emoji at the front under EmberBot counts. I see 126. My goodness. Can we get to 130? No. Andrea Coase, congratulations.
Yes. Now, folks, one thing I forgot to mention is once you have access to that dollar pack, you also can upgrade to get other things in the Milestone 3 that you cannot get anymore. There are various tiers with various cool prizes that are gone unless you have access to it, and this is your only way. So, for those who won, congratulations. What I want you to do is send me a private message right away. Let me know that you won a dollar pack and give me your Ember ID that you use on myember.com.
And if
without
you upgrade today, it's 25% off of those upgrades. And you,
Yeah.
and you become a full backer. So you go from having a dollar thanks of the Ember dev team to a full backer with an upgrade, and you can do it at 25% off today. Only during stream. It only lasts, which is going to be another, I don't know, we'll see how long it goes. All right. So, got some much more stuff to go over. And by the way, all packs and upgrades are 25% off. And reminders that Bunny Girl is only available through Sunday. I'm going to play the obligatory Bunny Girl thing. Comes with an emote. So the Bunny Girl does come with 2 emotes. It's the first Peerless grade skin that not only has shader variants, color variants, mesh variants for ears, tail, and necktie, but also 2 different emotes. You have the Happy Hour emote, which is kind of like a drink serving emote, and you have a guitar emote as well. And it's a skin that's only available twice a year, so definitely grab it if you haven't yet before Sunday, or through Sunday, I should say. Marigold also is the dollar skin that's currently available for the monthly sub. And why isn't the waifu appearing? Because the base is obscuring her. Okay, we fixed that. Okay, Marigold is available and only until Tuesday. And CSR did give us new art for the rear, the back, so you can see where the tail attaches. No, just kidding. And this is in preparation for her going into 3D, because we like this. You guys asked for this skin. You said you wanted kind of like a Battle Alita inspired skin, and this is the result. So again, this is available to Tuesday. We are doing a dollar sub sub for $1 type of deal, this is a great chance to get into the subscription program and get this great skin, plus the new one, the not waifu skin, but still Halloween skin that's dropping on Tuesday. So please consider joining the subscription program if you haven't already. All right, we've talked about bases. We've talked about resources. We've talked about kaiju. And then someone was asking about dropships and fast travel between bases. And one thing I want to talk about is what I learned from Star Citizen. What I learned from Star Citizen was make sure you have gameplay. No, aside from that. One thing that Star Citizen does right is the sense of world, the sense of immersion in a world that feels fantastic and epic in scale and feels real. And where they feel about that is one way they do that is they call it physicality, right? They try to make everything very physically based. And I think you can take that too far. Oh no, I love Star Citizen. Chris Roberts is a childhood game designer hero of mine, right? And so, you know, I'm right in there with all the other people in Star Citizen, and I'm looking at the updates and flying my ships around, and I love the sense of world. And so they call it physicality, and an important part of that is having ship interiors, right? So I wanted to lend a sense of physicality to the support network, because there are zones that are under invasion, and there are zones that you're going out and crafting in, and I wanted to connect the two. So I wanted a and this was a Firefall concept too in beta. There needs to be a logistical way to ferry resources that you are mining into battle areas to give them buffs and other benefits so that you can help them repel the invasion, even if you don't wish to choose to fight in the invasion yourself. And I wanted to make it much more than just a UI screen. It's not just a screen that you bring up and say, okay, donate X resources to this base under attack. I wanted to actually make it part of the gameplay. And so this is where the idea of space trucking came along. And space trucking doesn't literally mean trucks in space. It's just, you know, it's my term for how these resources get convoyed to battle areas. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the concept art that we did for that. Not all of you have seen it yet. And this is the resource truck. So this is what you use to ferry resources from non-combat zones to battle areas. And you're going to and it'll spawn encounters along the way. You'll have to defend it along the way. And again, with the theme of immersion and physicality, the idea is that you actually enter these things as pilots. They are not just, you know, things that just are pretty to look at that are completely inoperable. Is that even a word? So we said, let's go ahead and let's make it something you can walk into. So you can actually climb into these things and have 3 different pilots in here. And you can have, you know, one gunner clearing rocks out of the way on the main road, another one manning the turrets, and another one driving. And let's make it even like more physical feeling than that. So the way these trucks would work is the way everything works. It's like you would craft your own. You want to ferry resources, somebody better call down or summon a rover truck in order to do it. And whoever summons it, that will be their personalized version of the rover truck. Okay, so this would be yours and have whatever upgrades and cosmetics that you add to it. There would be things like an engine room. But unlike Star Citizen, you don't buy these things. You don't you don't have to go out and buy a rover truck. You craft it in game. The way it will work is, so here's the engine room, and then we had some additional concept art for the break room, complete with the very Star Citizen-like elevator that goes up in there. And then the bed area as well, which includes, you know, full bed, shower, bathroom. Again, that sense of immersion, that sense of reality, right? And the way that our funding works in Em8er is we break it up into milestones. And we call them, you know, we call them milestones, but we're refining the concept to call these feature milestones. If people want rover truck mechanics, if people want rover trucks for everybody in the game, we would have a separate funding milestone just for rover truck gameplay. And you guys would vote. And we would be like, hey, if we achieve this goal, then we will unlock rover trucks for everybody. And there might be some unique skins for people, like a unique truck skin for those people who contributed to it. But it's not like you get the rover truck and nobody else does. The rover truck gets unlocked for everybody. It's a feature set and a gameplay set for everybody. And this is the way we're going to do at post Kickstarter the feature funding rounds that continue afterwards. Because you can't make a game just based off one Kickstarter. We have to do different things along the road. And so literally on the road in this case, in terms of the rover truck. So that would be an idea of how you can imagine the fundraising happening after Kickstarter to go on to complete the entire game. That, and of course, we're going to be going out and licensing the game to different regions for operation, and that's another source. But I would like to do this as crowdfunded as possible. So along those lines, okay, for those of you who are getting newcomer packs or who have newcomer packs, if you get them today, they're 25% off during the stream. Just go to my.ember.com. Mods can post the link. Actually, Mods, it would be a good idea, since we're doing the dollar sale and the 25% off, if the moderators could just post the links to the different areas, that would be great. Thank you, Jedi. All right, so newcomers get a unique item, right? I said there are different rarities in the game, and one of them is unique. And unique comes with these different feature funding rounds. Those who participate in the feature funding rounds partake in unique rewards. So let me see if I can find it here. And you get the Founders Dropship. This is the Founders Dropship that you get for participating as a newcomer backer today. And for those of you who are already newcomer packers, this is the ship you get today. And we have the model, I will call it version 1 of the model, already in game, right? And that's this baby. You've seen this in the build. This is what currently drops your thumper. This is what currently, flies around the zone. But we're doing a version 2. Version 2 is going to have a full interior and be pilotable. Again, it's that lesson of, hey, let's make our worlds much more believable and much more immersive. And this is the ship that you'll get. And then if you're I believe it's shifter or above, you get a unique variant dropship, right? You get this one, which is a slightly bigger, slightly more unique version of the Founders Dropship. And these will have, like I said, these will have interiors. And the idea is that they'll be both, you can, just like the book says, you'll either be on autopilot if you just need to summon a frame, or you can pilot them yourselves. And so when you want to go between these bases, you can do it this way, like a Destiny 2 style dropship. That's the goal. Now, I will say that we will model the exterior. And when I say they're going to be palatable and when you can be interiors, that obviously going to take more resources. So we will probably have either a stretch goal on the Kickstarter or a separate feature funding round to unlock the interiors for these puppies. All right. I just want to make that clear because I know I just said, and you can do this. It's like, no, if we achieve our funding goals, we will do this. So we will break this up. And we haven't talked about how to break up the feature set yet into these post-Kickstarter funding goals, but this is likely one. But this is my dream, right? This is the dream, is that these things are pilotable and they have interiors, and just like the space truck feature will, and we have a much more rich and immersive world for it. All right, and again, these drop ships, they are going to get remodeled to be the proper size because they're not big enough right now. And then at some future point, we will do a funding feature unlock thing for the interiors and pilotability of them. And then everybody gets that feature. Okay, that's the way it works. And then we'll probably have a new like skin or color theme or something like that to go along with that funding goal. Can you crash the dropship? Yeah, if we unlock that feature set and you can pilot them, you can crash the dropship and you can blow it up. Just like the mechs, you won't be able to summon it for a while. There'll be a penalty and it has to go in repair, and you have to sink resources into the repair. You don't need the same resources you needed to craft it. You can use common exchange. So you can convert your resources to common exchange. It'll cost some amount of common exchange to repair it. We have the frame of shame. Should there be the dropship of shame? If you lose your dropship. All right, who wants who? All right, I want a show of hands. Who's more excited about flying a dropship, and who's more excited about being a space trucker? I just want to get a sense here from the audience. Space trucker. Why not both? Wow, the truck gets a lot of likes. The truck gets a lot of likes. Sorry, Triplication. Triplication's the pilot. I don't know if he's here today. Wow, trucker. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll do a poll in the forums, but I already see which way it's going. There's something romantic about being a space trucker, right? It's like, oh, everyone's a dropship pilot these days, but trucks, man. Not many games do trucks. Very cool. All right, so we talked about kaiju, we talked about bases, we talked about crafting and resources, we talked about Monster Hunter aspects, we talked about PlanetSide aspects, what we're borrowing from them. We talked about dropships, and we talked about physicality. We talked about how we want to unlock interiors and pilotability for all this stuff. And Banmi is asking, how will ammo work? Unlimited personal stockpile? No. I think there should be support roles, don't you? Recharging abilities so we can refill or we can grab them from the base and drops. I think there should be certain abilities and stuff, restock abilities that you could slot in so you could make your own engineer style class. Please ban me. Maybe that's a thing. I'd like to find a way for roles to actually fit into this. All right. Let's see. Have I talked about everything? Have we focused less on waifu this chat? Because I was trying to do that. I was trying to be less waifu focused. Okay. Do you feel like you got some good information about the game? That's important to me. What's a waifu? Yes. Okay, good. Mech models. Yeah, we're currently heads down mode. I told you these chief chats would be light as we are constructing mech stuff. And we actually built some stuff. I actually have the heavy and the light frame rough outs, and they're not there yet. I'll just be honest with you. Sometimes we do stuff and we look at it and we share it with some people on the team, and it's like, that's not quite there yet. So back to the drawing board. We're going back not to redesign, but to take our 3D model and make them evoke the concepts a little more. Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the chat, because I think it's time to do what y'all came for. The ARK LIEGE raffle, the big Mac Daddy. And I think we need to do a practiced raffle for this one. And then we need to do the biggest newcomer pack that we offer. And I think we need to walk people through the benefits of that very, very slowly. DPS very, very slowly, Ronan. And sort of like relish each aspect of the ARK LIEGE pack. Draw that sucker out. Build that anticipation. People have been waiting a long time for this. Thank you for hanging out on stream this long. So let's go ahead, Ronan. It's your show from here. Take it away, please.
All right, guys. So, you guys ever heard of this really big pack we're about to give away? Anybody ever heard of it? Is it like mythical? Is it a thing? Is it real? Is it just something talked about? All right, guys, we're about to do the ARK LIEGE pack. This is huge. This is ginormous. This is like kaiju sized. So before we do that, though, before we get into all that, let's make sure that all the people on Twitch and all the new people understand how the raffles work. Now, how do the raffles work? It's quite simple. Our community coordinator, Faye, will post a sentence. Underneath that sentence, there'll be a sentence from Em8er. And underneath that, you see an emoji. It'll be a big emoji, regular size, really. It'll have a notepad with a pencil on it. And you're just going to click it. That puts you in the running. Thank you, Faye. So before we get into what the ARK LIEGE comes with, let's go ahead and run this here test. So Faye, when you're ready, take it away. Test raffle.
All right. Well, that's not the test, but I'm glad that everybody can figure out which one to click on. That's good. All right, everybody ready?
Hang on, I
Alright.
am tweeting this out. I'm tweeting. I'm tweeting. It's not fair if I don't let people know on Twitter. So I'm saying we are about to give away the $1,500 ARK LIEGE pack for Ember right now on Discord. Get on in here. All right, here we go.
Alright. We're doing the test raffle first for anybody that doesn't know how the raffles work.
And I'm going to put up an image of that dropship. I did forget one other thing. I was just looking through my list and I was like, oh, I forgot to talk about this. This would have been good to talk about during the feature aspect of it. So I'm just going to go through it briefly, if I can.
Yep, good. Go. We'll wait for more people to come in.
All right. This will be a little way to give people a way to get it. So I want to talk about another feature set, which is people ask, will there be unique fauna to Ember? Like, will there be wildlife, right? And so we went ahead and a while back we said, why, yes, there will be wildlife. And we went ahead and we did, let me see if I can find it here. We did the Ember Dawn. If you remember what that is. Not everyone has seen the Ember Dawn. Do you guys know what the Ember Dawn is? Okay, now that I said it, I'm like, where did I put him? Okay, I got him. Okay, that's the Ember Dawn. So that is an example of like wildlife creatures that can be there, and they come from two locations. Either they were latent in Ember, like Ember had some long ago expired, wildlife after the planet got flash frozen, or it comes from the genetic seeding from the terraforming process that the Gate Striders use as they terraform the planet. And this would be an example of, if we did flora and fauna, we would probably do, I don't know if we do multiple creatures as a feature set funding or that type of thing. But a lot of you have wanted a stuffed variant of this, right? And so we thought, well, what are the rewards you could get for being a backer of unlock, fauna for wildlife for Ember type thing, is we could do potentially stuffed animals, and a vendor has approached us to do that and actually made a prototype. So hopefully I still have it here. It's getting so hard to navigate this. There's so much stuff in my OBS thing. All right. I think I got it. I got to turn that off. Turn that off. Turn these off. Turn off that. So much stuff to turn off. I got to be more organized. Why can't I see it? Sorry, guys. Don't know why the screen's black. Hang on. Working on it. Oh, come on. Really? I have everything turned off. Why do I have a black screen? All right. You know what? I'm just going to see if I can manually put these up here. Nope. Okay. Sorry, guys. Don't know what's going on, but these things are not appearing on stream. But we do have a stuffed version coming along. All right, so you guys are here for the raffle. Let's go ahead and do that. I will just have to present the stuff later. Hop on over to our Discord. We are giving away the $1,500 Mac Daddy package, and I'm going to hand it off to you guys once again.
All right. So does everybody in here know how a raffle works now? Do we have all the people? Are the people ready? Are they clear? Do they understand? Don't want to give out too many face thanks, though. Those are precious.
Oh.
All right. So let's talk about this $1,500 package. Okay. So there's a lot of things you get with it. So we're just going to talk about the big stuff because, well, we might be here for way too long if I went to every little every little amazing thing, we would just be here forever. So let's talk about the big stuff. So a very specific thing is there's something called Herald. What that does is when you enter a zone, everyone will receive a voice announcement with your title and your role-playing name, ARK LIEGE, whoever is on the field. So if I were to walk in, it would say ARK LIEGE Ronin is on the field to let everyone know how amazing I am, basically, because this is important that people know this. Now, you also get a max variant of the max variant. It doesn't say here. That's the ship, right? I think we're missing a word in our explanation. Let's see. You get 5 copies of the playable mock-up. So that means you'll be able to spread it out amongst all your friends and be like, come play this game. Then, of course, you get 5 copies of the final game when it comes out. So then you can get everybody to come in and play with you so you can fight kaiju together like friends really should. You can reserve a name for your guild, which, as mentioned, this will be pretty much the first big update we do after the game launches is we're going to get guild support in. And so you're going to want to reserve that name. You get a custom insignia that you can use on your dropship, your G suits and banners and things like that. Now, that will be super cool. You get to kind of work with us to figure out what that insignia will be, and that'll just be sweet. I can't wait to see what people come up with for that. You get a custom colored founder and max dropship. So basically, you get some dropships with your own personalized color setup. That's going to be super cool. For us, a face tank sticker, that's a good idea. Very good idea. Let's see what else we got here. So many things. Okay, you get a custom colored founder G suit. Now, that'll be pretty sweet. Custom colored. See, I like anything that gets to look, just gets to be unique to myself. I'm a big fan of that. Okay. That'll be, you get a chroma pattern. Oh, also a custom founder G suit. A custom OmniFrame banner. There we go. And of course, one of the biggest things is you get to create a custom NPC for the game. So your NPC, you get to pick their name and their background and their dialogue, and this will be kind of unique. So I look forward to seeing all of our ARK Lieges and such that level. I look forward to seeing all of their specific and unique characters in the game. I want to walk up and find their NPCs and check them out and see what they say to me. That'll be fun. And of course, you get all the stuff that comes with any package below it, which means, a copy of the game, you get all the different skins, all the different things that come with all the other packs. You get this with this here ARK LIEGE pack. So what's this? We're not giving it away anymore? I'm kidding. Of course, we're going to give it away. We're going to give away the ARK LIEGE pack here in just a minute. We're going to check one more time to make sure everybody knows. You got any new people? Are we good? Are we about ready? Still more new people? Right, new people. Are you in here? Are you with us? You do not want to miss this. Oh, Blue Founder, that's cool. I actually am kind of curious. We're not ready to set those up yet, but I'm so curious to see what it looks like. I just color me nosy. Okay, checking. Is everybody here yet? Okay, finally. All right, Faye, are you ready?
I am. Yes. We're doing the actual raffle this time, or are we doing my thanks raffle
We're
first?
gonna do the actual raffle, the actual ARK LIEGE raffle.
Okay.
ARK LIEGE. Who is worthy? Am I too?
Anybody? I was just saying, anybody that doesn't already know how the raffles work, make sure you click on the pencil and paper emoji under the Ember bot that when I post the sentence.
Smooth. My epic happiness cannot be contained. Okay, but I just want you to know it's your fault. Yes, it's this community's fault. I'm so dang happy. So if you don't like it, tough, because you guys are just too awesome. Okay? Yeah, that's right. I said it. Okay, Faye, when you're ready, let it rip.
All right, everybody, get your mouses or mices or mices ready. On your mark, get set, click.
There it is, folks. This is your opportunity. Remember, do not post while this is up. Refrain from the clicking on anything else except for that there emoji.
Holy
Ooh,
moly, 210.
ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
Can we get to 230?
Oh, so close.
Oh,
And the winner
you-
is Deep Right.
Deep
It's like Deep
strike?
Right. It's Deep Right. Deep Right.
Congratulations. Wow. That was a lot of people.
So many people. Dude, congratulations. What you're going to want to do is send me a private message. Deep Right, you're going to want to say, I won a friggin' ARK LIEGE, and give me your Ember ID that you use on myember.com. And yes, I expect you to write friggin' ARK LIEGE. I'm kidding. As long as you let me know it's an ARK LIEGE, we will make sure you get it. Give me that Ember ID. This is super cool, man. Congrats.
That's awesome. Deep right. How many chief chats have you been to? Many. How many times have you won something? Never. Wow. So you finally win something and it's an ARC Leech pack. That's so awesome. Well deserved. That's awesome. You gotta feel good today. I feel good. I feel good for you.
that's super cool. Congratulations, Deep Right.
All right. So I wanted to let you guys know that the 25% discount on upgrades and packs is going to be active a little bit after stream here. I'll give people a chance after stream, after we get off the air, maybe 15 minutes or so. If you want to take advantage of that. Otherwise, there are some things I do have to let you know about. The bunny skin is going away on after Sunday, so I guess I should put up the obligatory bunny skin. So bunny skin is going away on Sunday. This is your last chance to grab it. It is also 25% off in the general store. Moderators can start posting links for this stuff. And of course, we are doing the dollar sub for Marigold. And you'll get, if you subscribe today, you not just get Marigold, you will get our new Halloween non-waifu skin on Tuesday that will be revealed next week. But for those of you who don't know what Marigold looks like, it is our community requested and Battle Angel Alita inspired waifu skin, pilot skin. And I am showing it right now. And CSR, our intrepid concept artist, has also done a back view, which is also very Halloween themed. So if you want to take advantage of that, that is only through until Tuesday. Then the dollar deal goes away. Remember, if you become a monthly patron, you get access to builds, you get access to chapters of the book as they're written, tabletop stuff, you name it. So, but most people come for the skins. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for another wonderful stream. I'm going to put up our theme Neko Girl so you can see what our characters look like in Unreal. And I will catch you guys on a special stream on Saturday. For people who have requested a weekend slot, I am doing a one-time Saturday overview of the game and Q&A session at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday for this weekend only. And the discounts will remain up for the next 15 minutes or so. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Congratulations once again for winning the ARC Leech pack. And And thanks to Ronan and Faye, Jedi, everybody, all the entire community team. Wonderful job. All right. Catch you later, everyone. This has been a great stream, and see you next week. Bye, y'all.